Welcome back. Vlog number 28. Nearly end of this little mad journey of Arnold Classic prep, which wasn't supposed to even be a prep, but yeah, quite a few things happened last week. One of them was me competing, and we ended up bringing home this little beauty. So what did I do? I was actually quite busy over weekend. My weekends are predominantly dedicated for my online clients, so Fridays, Saturdays I only do my online check-ins. And I had to fit a boiler in as well. Let's be honest, I didn't do much of a job because I had professionals doing it, but it kind of threw me off from what I was supposed to do anyway. And yeah, I didn't know if I'll be able to manage it or not. I did want to compete in X show, which is new federation in UK now. I want to do it earlier, but this week was the one because I stopped training legs. The show was on Sundays on my leg day, and I thought, you know what, if I'll manage to get all my clients sorted out, I'll travel down to Kent, which is just over 3-hour drive for me. And yeah, I don't sleep a lot at the moment. I wake up early around 3 o'clock just to get some cardio done before my day starts and get a couple meals before I train at 7. And yeah, so I woke up early. I didn't do any cardio. I just jumped straight in the car, set off. I did have a protein shake before setting off. So this was me being absolutely depleted. I didn't do any carb repletions, carb loading, and all those kind of things. The way I do, I titrate my training in sense of volume down through the week. I pretty much eat exactly the same every single day, but my highest volume is on start of the week, and then it goes down by end of the week. And then on the weekend, I usually have some assessments on how I look, how I feel, and then determine, do I need more food for next week? So things I look out for: if my strength is being compromised, I'll definitely gonna eat up. If my mental capacity is being compromised, I'm definitely gonna eat up, and so on and so forth. So then I just decide which things I need to eat, because I keep careful track on everything I do on my fitness pal. So my fat intake is very low. My food intake as such hasn't changed for last 3-4 weeks now. My weekend, so to speak, refeeds, I'll change drastically. So I would have 2 days 10,000 calories each day, then maybe one day 4,000 calories, another day 10,000 calories, then maybe 2 days 8,000 calories. Last weekend I didn't have anything like that. Week before, I think I had 1 day on 6,000 calories refeed, and so on and so forth. I have also stopped doing high intensity training in terms of fitness, so I do just a lot of cardio in sense of just walking, nasal breathing only, try to keep my heart rate up close to 120 beats per minute, which is fairly hard now because I've got quite fit. And the lighter you get, the fitter you get as well. So I'm weighing around 102 kilos at the moment, which is very light. But that's given. My legs have lost 2 inches since I've had that injury, which was the main reason why I'm going to just lay down to see how big of a discrepancy there is between my legs, between my good leg and bad leg. And there isn't much of a difference, to be honest. They just have shrunk pretty much equally. And that's something I need to build up from scratch. But yeah, let's get back to Fit Expo. FitX show, CNP Classic. So 19th of September, last Sunday. Set off early. I had my micronutrient smoothie in the morning, which is hydro whey, milk, dark green veg. Usually I prefer broccoli and cauliflower. Cauliflower. Usually I would put in avocado, some oils as well, but I have cut out any extra oils out of my food completely, so I'm on like 20 grams of fats a day. So I had that before setting off. Then on my way down, I stopped in like after an hour's drive. Oh no, I actually did cardio. I actually did walk as well before. I forgot about that. That's why I stopped, because I was feeling a bit drained. So I stopped for half an hour's nap in services, grabbed a coffee, sat down, had my breakfast, which was oats as usual, with some protein powder in it, with some cinnamon and blueberries, just to get some antioxidants in and get that meal kind of keeps me refreshed. My blood sugar is steady and kind of body tightens up a bit as well. So why I wanted to do that, like I said, I had time, didn't train legs on that day, everything fell into place, sorry, because I finished everything I had to do that was most important, and I just wanted to chill, literally, like just to forget about everything else. 3-hour drive, put an audiobook on my headphones, and just got down to London, and it was quite a good show, to be honest. It was, I think, 16 or 18 people in my class. Got not a clue, but that was the biggest class of the day. Placed third, which is not bad for someone who didn't even bother to kind of look the best at my... And let's be honest, I would probably not win that show even if I showed up at my best. Guy who won overall, and he was looking phenomenal. That's just, yeah, he was a great dude. Sadly, no photos because I was going on my own. I might get some official photos later on. I need to message them. No videos as well, so sorry about that. But that's just the way I roll. Show up, do stuff, go home. And yeah, my diet on a day was pretty easy, and one of the reasons why I wanted to go down and have a play at this. And I was pretty much eating just bread all day. Bread and chicken. So I had a shake on waking up, then oats, then another shake while I was driving. I was prepared that I'm not going to stop twice. So got down there, and I went for naan wraps. Why naan wrap? Because it has a bit of fat in it. It's very high in carbs, like 85 grams of carbs per one. 14 grams of protein, which, let's be honest, you're not going to count protein from bread. It's just shit quality anyway. And 10 grams of fat. So it will keep my blood sugars steady. And I had 300 grams of raw weight chicken fillet. So that was two meals like that before I got on a stage. So I was around 4,000 calories before I got on stage. Got on stage, competed, placed third. Straight set off back to going home, and it was major disappointment because I like American food, American style diners. And I stopped at a place called OK Diner 8:05 in the evening. Bear in mind I set off around 4 o'clock in the morning. And they had shoot food section at 8. So I ended up having a McDonald's. And God, I hadn't eaten McDonald's for so long. It tastes like fucking trash. Okay, it tastes like nothing. I couldn't tell the difference between piece of celery, bread, or meat. Literally tasteless. At this point of diet, you should be able to literally feel every single flavor there is, because you're so kind of sensitive to everything, every smell, everything is much more kind of how can I even explain, when you restrict yourself from so many palatable foods, everything you eat is much more enjoyable because you enjoy the texture at higher level. Fuck my life. It's just McDonald's. I don't understand how people eat McDonald's. It's just it was absolute disappointment. I could have ordered pizza instead, but I just thought, you know what? I'm not gonna wait for anything like that, and I don't want too much fat in my diet, regardless. Let's just have something quick and easy, and just go to bed because I had to go to work at 6 o'clock in the morning next day. But yeah, so after I competed, I consumed 6,000 calories. So I literally had 10,000 calories on a spot, which came to 620 grams of protein, over 1,200 grams of carbs, and 270 grams of fat. So, and all that fat came from McDonald's. Yeah, 270 grams of fat in one sitting. No wonder people are fat all the time. But yeah, it didn't feel good at all. I was so kind of put off from eating that kind of junk food. And it was awkward because we were in London and there was no decent food places around. I was planning to get down there, maybe get like Five Guys or something like that. My body seems to agree with that kind of stuff and looks really good afterwards. But yeah, it was not meant to be. And because I didn't kind of deplete carb load and all those kind of things or use any diuretics or whatnot, I woke up in the morning, fresh as always. My recovery was a bit crap because of all the traveling and whatnot. And obviously eating the junk at that end of the day. But yeah, I was still looking good. I just carried on training. So this is Thursday now. We are on 23rd of September. So it's 4 days afterwards. I'm at my lightest, at my tightest, at moment, and absolutely dead. I might not sound like it just because I kind of just deal with it. But yeah, this is the most tired I have felt through all this time. When I come home, sometimes I'll just lie on the floor for half an hour. Then go for an hour's walk, then come do some work. Go for another hour walk. I do like 3 hours of walking a day now, just chilling, setting up good audiobooks, have set out what I want to actually learn, and I'm not wasting this time by just listening to some senseless podcasts and whatnot. I have specific topics I want to address for my next stage of my business, my next stage of my coaching, and just improve for my clients when my brain is going to be functioning at full power again. I want to make sure that I over deliver again. Whereas now this is very selfish time just for me, and I really appreciate people that they kind of stick through it. But it's like 10 days left and I'll be back to just eating a bit more of the same. Someone asked me, what is your immediate plans after Arnold's? Just do exactly what I do now. So I'm not going to be doing what I usually would do, just go and binge and get fat as quick as I can. I remember my first proper diet, I gained 15 kilos in less than 24 hours. That's kilos, not pounds, kilograms, 15 kilograms. I went from 95 to 110 overnight. I ate 40 burgers, I drank 6 liters of Coke. I had these discount vouchers from Burger King where you buy one, get one free. And I went to my neighbors, so I collected 3 things of those. And yeah, it was eventful. My friend ate 3 burgers, I ate the rest of them. And I'm actually impressed that I didn't die. I woke up in the middle of night, I was pissing brown, and I felt like I have massive hangover. So liver and kidney must have took so much beating on that day. But yeah, I'm way beyond that kind of stage. This is what comes with experience. This is what I always talk about, like emotional attachment to food. I don't have any. I know a lot of people make lists. Oh, I'm going to eat this when I finish dieting, and I'm going to do this, and I want to go out there, and I want to do this, and I just don't care. Like, genuinely, if you were to ask me this 6-7 years ago, I would have gone mental maybe 6 weeks into my diet the way I do it now. I would not be able to tolerate it the way I do now. I would just crash 100%. Whereas now I just accept, look, this is self-inflicted. I feel extremely lucky that I can actually afford doing that, because bodybuilding is not, first of all, easy. It's extremely expensive in terms of how much food you need to consume to be over 100 kilos lean. you sacrifice a lot of time that you could be more efficient in your business, in your job. So I have created an environment that I can take a bit of time, step back from whatever I do, and not be as if like all over it as I usually would be. So, but because my personality is you do something properly or you don't do anything at all. And at the moment, I'm still delivering what I should be doing, but I want to do more. This is why I kind of keep listening to audiobooks, because I keep taking notes of what I want to improve, what I think I should be improving. I keep asking everyone, like, what do you think I could do better in future? It's just a bit harder to kind of put it all together whilst I'm feeling like this. And this is me feeling at my worst in years. This is me being absolutely fucked. So, yeah, after Arnold's, I'm going to be changing the way I train for 4 to 5 months. Probably have a week off completely, just rest, let my body recover, do a photo shoot with Chris Bailey. He used to be a photographer for Mr. Olympia. I'm not sure if he's still doing that, but he's one of the best photographers I know. I really love working with him. So I got some questions about training change, prep versus off-season. I don't really change anything. It's what works for muscle growth will work for muscle retention. I do not see absolutely like any benefit of changing the training approach. That being said, I do change my training split. And it's only come about this time around because I knew what I can do. I knew my structure of the week, and I knew when I'm starting to do what, when I'm going to finish, when I have more time to do certain things. So I adjusted my training to my days rather than other way around. I knew Sundays I'm off. I'm going to put leg days there. Then Mondays I'm really busy, so I'm going to put chest days there, which is like easy day for me. Then Tuesday I kind of can put something heavier, higher intensity because I've had lighter day before. So it's going to be my back. And then shoulders, I needed to bring them up and so on and so forth. But in terms of changing training styles and whatnot, I don't do that. If you want to build muscle, then you need to do exactly the same what you do to strip down body fat, because you just want to retain as much muscle as you can. And otherwise, a lot of people start doing these light reps, light weights, and I just look soft. And it never kind of came to my head to buy into this concept of light weights, high reps. Bear in mind, when you see me training, it will probably look light for everyone, but I have implemented techniques of intensity from day one, where I'm doing like, my set would last 15 seconds. Sorry, not set, a rep. So one squat would last me 7 second negative, 7 seconds eccentric, 7 seconds concentric phase, and all those kind of things. So I might use like 140 kilo squat, but my set will last 2-3 minutes. That's what I mean by making sure that intensity is there. Weights are relatively heavy for the type of approach I have implemented on every single exercise. And every single exercise will have different intensity technique depending on body part. Do I do depletion workouts and do I have structure to them? I don't do that kind of stuff. Every single workout for me is depletion workout. It's just how I roll. I train with very high volume, very frequently. I do a lot of stupid things that go against what I should be doing just because I love to train. And that's just it. I know I would have much better results if I didn't train as hard and as often as I do. But that's my emotional attachment. I just like training very long time, very intense, very heavy, and as frequent as I can. So, but I have done depletion workouts before. Best techniques I've ever used was by Miloš Sarcev. It's phenomenal. But yeah, you need to have fucking pair of bollocks to do that. You can't do that, just jump into it and try it. It's very intense. Do I stop training my legs? Yes, I have stopped training my legs last weekend, which is 2 weeks leading up to Arnold's, just to let them rest, let them recover. Cecil Croshdale, IBB pro from UK, who has disappeared for God knows how long now and nobody knows where he is, he used to stop training legs 8 weeks before show. He would not touch legs at all for 2 months leading up to show. And he had arguably one of the best set of legs in UK. So yeah, once you build it up and you just keep slamming the cardio and whatnot, you'll get them there. A lot of people say, oh, you're going to burn your legs down by doing cardio, and then you look on all these sprinters and whatnot. It depends on your type of the cardio you do. So bear in mind, I only stopped doing HIIT, in high intensity interval training, a couple of weeks ago, which I was doing on Stairmaster, which would absolutely trash your legs. They would swell up as if you had proper leg session. So that concept that you're going to lose your size on this and that because of whatever type of cardio you do, you probably just didn't have legs to begin with, let's be honest. That's my point of view. A lot of people don't have anywhere near as much muscle as they think they do. And when they diet down, they keep talking about how they lost muscle. And then you look at them, dude, you take a ton of drugs, you take a ton of this and this. You need to be extremely skilled to lose muscle doing what people do now. It's a gift if you can lose muscle whilst doing these crazy things. Almost impossible. So, off-topic question, is being big and muscular is as bad as being fat? Yeah, it's never good to be big. Look on just overall in animal kingdom, largest animals die very quick. They don't live very long. It doesn't matter how lean and fit you are, you will die sooner if you're bigger. So you're not going to see like 90-year-old who's 120 kilos. It's just not going to happen. So the skinnier persons live longer just because of lower systemic stress, obviously kidneys, liver, all those kind of things. Especially when you train, they take a lot of beating. And if you never look after them, you just pretty much burn yourself out on both sides of the candle. And I would not suggest to even try to stay too big for too long. Well, depending on what you're actually after. So this is why one of the reasons why I don't try to get just morbidly obese when I'm not competing. Because let's be honest, there is a limit how much muscle you can put on in a year. And that's about it. When you hear these guys, I put 20 pounds last year and this and that, and you're like, that's impossible. Let's diet down and see how much actually you put on. And then they diet down and they look exactly the same as like previous year. They just learn how to get fat. They never learn how to put muscle on. They just learn how to have more water retention from the style of training they do, drugs take, whatever the hell they do. But they never actually put any lean muscle tissue on, which is interesting to me, that they never acknowledge that and keep doing the same stuff every single year, bragging about how much bigger they are this year, which is actually how much fatter they got this year, and step on stage looking exactly the same like 6-7 years ago. So, but yeah, this was quite long rambling on my side, mainly because I did jump on an opportunity to do a show. It was a good show. I have the invite to do finals this weekend, which is in a couple of days. I'm most likely not going to do that because it's on Saturday. It's my online check-in day. And I got Arnold Classic to do next weekend. So I want to be fresh for that. Because just to compete in Arnold Classic is 250 pounds. You don't want to waste 250 pounds and then look like an asshole. Because you competed too often and didn't give your body a break to actually settle down and look the way it should look at its prime. Because speaking for a show is very different than just rocking up and doing a show. So I'm expecting to look completely different in Arnold Classics than I have looked in any previous shows, which I've only done 2 shows. But yeah, I'm looking forward to next week. Broderick is landing soon. And we're going to do these seminars. I will be fairly brain dead because this is going to be my toughest week so far. But we'll have fun with it regardless. And on that note, I'm gonna let you off, and as usual, drop me questions, DM me if you want to, find me on Instagram or whatnot, and I'll catch you all next week.